Anyway, I folded sixes to a fairly early position open from, yeah, here we go, from jacking up. I think that, again, if one of the blinds keep going over this point, but it's an important point to make. Hopefully most of you guys have got it, but if not, it really cannot be harped upon too much. This is a spot where, against some weaker opponents in the blinds, I think that flatting sixes would be just great. Otherwise, against a loose, aggressive opponent, we're just not really going to be able to get to showdown all that often, and we are not likely to be able to stack him against his, air very often either, if we happen to hit it hard. So I think that just folding is perfectly fine. Sevens we start calling, eights we stop folding ever, basically, I think is sort of the cutoff. Stuff that we can call like a bet and maybe a barrel with on a lot of boards. Like stuff that we expect will be able to stand up on its own without flopping a set. That's where we want to start flatting. In position, out of position, what have you. Hands that we expect can win on their own against a lot of boards, against a lot of opponents. That's where we want to start flatting. If that makes sense. Hopefully you guys, hopefully that's not too much gibberish. Let me know if you guys need clarification on that, or if I've just spun a complete web that way. Go back a notch here. So we open the button and get a flat and get a squeeze from a pretty wide 3-better squeezing opponent. Obviously, if he's 5-betting 7-3 offsuit, we are way ahead of his range with aces, right? So we flat to keep this weaker guy in, and we might be able to trap a bet into this guy as well on a lot of boards, or perhaps stack him with hands that maybe he would have folded pre. So I feel like there's nothing we can do here other than a flat. And we're not folding. Also, I think flatting king-queen suited over here against an unknown and possibly a tighter reg, I think that's probably our best bet, and I think it's our best bet by far. Table 1 up here with aces, obviously we're still just not folding. And that's a great river if he has, nines. And there's like half a pot size bet left, so it's just no reason to do anything but stick it all in, I think, is what I do, I hope. Yeah, and I think we get a pretty quick fold, yeah. Let me see. Table 4 here. I think check calling is standard, and I think it might be best, but I don't hate quick, like a donk bet. I think that ace high will peel us some of the time. I think pocket pairs will probably peel us some of the time. And flush draws will obviously not fold. So, I don't know, I think a check call is more often than not going to be our best play, but I think that donking is something that should not be ruled out completely. I think it should be something that we consider. It's kind of, aside from the flush draw, it's obviously a very dry board, aside from the wheel draw. But I think that because it's so dry, we might get some paranoid flop calls.